Okay, I have a Sentry safe, and still got the stickers on it because it's brand new, because it's never really worked. And I looked online, and a lot of people have had trouble. Most notably, there's a video, which I can link in the bottom, where he says it worked, and then it just didn't. Well, mine kind of was like that too. I actually found that it was a digit or two off in the combination. I had this apart when I first got it. I got it because someone lost the key, and this key was turned to lock, and you can't use the combination when it's in the lock position. So I picked that and then called the company and got the code, but it was still not the right code. Sorry, that was the handle falling out because I've had this apart already. So how this works is, here's the actual lock mechanism. It goes in here, and it comes through these holes and blocks it from opening. That's it. And it's got little teeth on it, and it sits underneath this. And at the same time, there's this mechanism, which sits in here with also with teeth. And there's a little room cut out here so that they both can operate at the same time. So when you do the right combination here, it lines up so that this gap is available to move that into that direction. And if you don't have your combination right, it'll bump into the edge, and you can't turn the handle in the front. And it's got this slip mechanism so that if you pull it too hard, it'll slip out of the teeth. And then, you pull too hard and you can just click it back. It's nice that they actually did that. So turn the handle, it slips back. At the same time, it pulls this out, and you can open your safe. But I couldn't figure it out. Mine wasn't working. I knew it was a digit off. So I started going to the combinations, and it just felt really stiff. Well, eventually it half opened, and then I knew I was onto something. So I just kept wiggling it. Now I knew it was half open because all of a sudden I couldn't do any combinations. This had moved in far enough into the gap that it was preventing me from turning the dial anymore. So I just kept wiggling it and wiggling it and wiggling it, and eventually it opened up far enough that I was able to open the door. So, not shutting that again, so I took it apart. This is the problem. Now, I'm going to lift this out. What happens is, there's this wheel in the middle, it's just attached to the handle in the front, and that's what catches inside the middle, and then turns this outer wheel, which is the actual gear with teeth, to rotate and both the lock mechanism out and the lever or other thing into here, the key. Watch this. Look on the edges here. See those little marks? My lighting's terrible down here. I'm just down the basement. Those marks are the teeth touching the edge. And what's happened is that over time, I can't turn that in there. It is so friggin' tight. The plastic has shrunk. These are defective. The company has produced them with plastic, and either it's the material or a characteristic of the manufacturing process that when they probably put these together, they worked just great. And then they cooled, and they sat, and they cured, and they cured, and they continued to shrink. And now this opening is too small. I have to check the middle here, because obviously the middle goes over top of that. That's going to slip as well. So I'm going to just take some sandpaper and sand this out a bit, get it all clean, and see if it starts to loosen up. But I'm almost certain it's the outer edge, because I don't even get to the core, so it's not even touching it, right? So it's not, the angle's hard to sell, but yeah, there's the gap. You can see a gap. It's not even reaching the center, and that is stiff, very stiff. That's what she said, and it's dragging. So people that have this Sentry safe and it doesn't work, it's a defective product and probably deserve your money back, or a complimentary repair. But who knows? They probably won't do the right thing. But nonetheless, I'll report it, and these safes are garbage because they were made that way. As well as, like I said, this was in the wrong combination, so now I got it open. I'm going to go back through checking that to see what is actually and updating my record of what the combination will be. So if this goes well, I'll do that. I do see there's some screws here, but I 3D print stuff, so I don't think it's going to happen that I would 3D print this whole plate. So I would just throw it out. Thought you'd like to know.